Welcome to PNN, Plaza Homes YouTube channel. My name is Haruka Haze from Plaza Homes. Combined with the effects of the weak Japanese yen, Japanese real estate is becoming increasingly popular. Many people find it difficult to come to Japan during the pandemic, and we have been receiving many inquiries asking if it is possible to buy Japanese property from abroad. Today we will explain in detail how to buy Japanese properties from abroad. We regularly provide valuable information about real estate in Japan. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the little bell button to get notifications of our upcoming videos. Now, let's take a look at how to buy Japanese properties from overseas. Today we have our guest, Ms. Chieko Matsuzawa, Chief of Buy and Sell Division.
Hi Haruka, thank you for inviting me to PNN.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Chieko Matsuzawa. Although it's pandemic, we receive many inquiries from overseas customers. Do I have to go to Japan to do contract? Can I preview a property before visiting? How do I sign a contract? How do I send money? Don't worry, you can buy a property even if you do not live in Japan or cannot come to sign a contract or for closing. I'd like to tell you all how non-residents can actually buy a property.
I will explain it in 5 headings: purchase process, investment loans, maintenance and management, rent out, and tax filing. Okay, now, let's get started. The process of purchasing a property is roughly as follows. First, we will ask you about your requirements in a consultation and search for a property. View the property. If you decide on the property you wish to purchase, we will put an application and negotiate the time of contract and closing with the seller. Then sign the contract and pay the deposit. About 1 month later, the property will be delivered when the balance of sale price is paid at closing. In the case of a property where the seller is currently living in, it takes about 3 months from contract to delivery because of the preparation period for moving. During email or online consultation, we will ask you about your requirements such as number of bedroom, size, location, and budget. Then we will find properties that match your criteria and send you a portfolio of properties with a map, via email. We mostly introduce second-hand properties as there are by far more customers who buy second-hand because they can see what is already completed and can purchase it right away. However, we also handle new construction properties. The flow of buying new construction and second-hand is different, and I will explain it now. Most of new constructions are sold and contracted before completion, so buyers make decisions without seeing the actual property. Delivery is often 1 to 2 years away. The supply of new condominiums is decreasing, and the ratio is increasing. Non-residents cannot use domestic bank loans affiliated with the developer, and no loan clause is provided, so in effect, it's a cash purchase. For some newly completed properties, remote viewing via video created by the sales company is available online. Property details, including neighborhood information, are available on the site to help you narrow down the listings you wish to purchase. Some properties can only be purchased once you have visited the condominium gallery. You will need assistance in English to make an appointment for visiting a condominium gallery, applying within a certain period of time, and lottery at a later date. The flow of discussions with developers at condominium galleries is as follows. Select a few of the available units with the layout you like within your budget, check the unit locations on a model, and check the interior and equipment specifications in a model room. A simulation view from the living room window may be seen on the TV screen. Lastly, you will leave with a purchase cost statement and a beautiful brochure. Later, apply within the application period and wait for the lottery. In the case of new construction, you may see the interior after completion and get the impression that it's not what you had imagined. You may feel beams as an obstruction, so make sure to check them carefully on the drawings. Now let's get back to the basic purchase process of second-hands. The advantage of a second-hand property is that the building has already been constructed, so you can see the actual building. While the completion of new construction may be delayed, there is no need to worry about a delay in delivery if the property is second-hand. Second-hand properties are either vacant, owner-occupied or tenant-occupied. Vacant properties usually have interior photos. Some have 360 degrees images. Remote viewing is possible. For tenant-occupied properties, it's not possible to see inside. In Japan, the tenant's privacy is given priority and it's usually not possible to inspect the interior of a property that is being rented. Since the tenant-occupied property is being considered for investment, the location, age, yield are factors to make a decision, and once the properties have been narrowed down, we can ask seller side for the information of the tenant and its lease agreement. Many of our brokerage properties have 360 degrees images, so you can check in details of the property you are interested. If there is no 360 degrees VR image of the desired property, a remote viewing can be conducted via video call at a preset date and time. This chart shows how you send the money for purchase. Once you have decided on the property you want to buy, we move forward to the phase of application and negotiation. And then you will need to remit the money, 10% deposit for the contract day, and the remaining for the closing day. To send the money safely through the third-party institute, we provide the escrow service, which enables our non-resident clients to do international remittances using an escrow account. This escrow account is a trust account. Since it's a trust account, your money is protected even if Plaza Homes or EAJ should go out of business. EAJ stands for Escrow Agent Japan. We, Plaza Homes, have a trust agreement with EAJ. Once the contract is signed by the buyer and seller, the deposit is transferred from the trust account to the seller's account in a timely manner. It is best if the buyer can come to Japan to sign the contract, but if the buyer cannot come, a judicial scrivener can sign the contract on buyer's behalf. The fee for delegating a proxy contract to a judicial scrivener we introduce to our customers is 0.3% of the purchase price or 200,000 yen, whichever is higher, plus tax. Proxy contract by judicial scrivener is like a messenger who only performs the paperwork and is not involved in the selection of the property. Since the closing is the exchange of money and keys, it does not matter if you cannot come to Japan, but we recommend that you come to see the property once before signing the contract. The process from purchase application to contract can be completed in about 7 days at earliest, if arrangements are made with the seller in advance. Once the contract is completed, the closing will take place about 1 month later. The remaining balance and other expenses should be remitted to the escrow account by 2 or 3 days earlier to the closing date. Now that I have explained the process of purchasing a property, I would like to talk a little about loans, as we often receive inquiries about loans for purchases. Non-residents cannot get loans from Japanese banks, so, basically, it is a cash purchase. On the other hand, some foreign banks allow loans under limited conditions, such as Hong Kong residents. However, interest rates are not as low as those offered by Japanese banks these days for mortgages on residential properties for domestic residents, and the amount that can be borrowed is limited to 50 to 60% of the property value. Interest rate is from about 2.8%, and bank commission will be charged. Loan approval screening takes time, and the property may be gone in the meantime. United Overseas Bank in Singapore is open for all nationalities, though, they offer for investment properties only, not for your own use property, and need to go to Singapore to sign the loan contract. Bank of China requires the buyer to understand Japanese or Chinese. For Hong Kong residents, ORIX Asia and Shinsei Investment and Finance allow both investment and own use, and area more flexible for the amount of loan, but ORIX requires to pay off if the borrower is no longer residing in Hong Kong. Mega International Commercial Bank is for Taiwanese nationality. For those who do not meet the bank requirements listed before, there is also the option of purchasing the property under the name of a corporation. If you have a company in Japan, some banks allow you to apply for a loan under the name of your corporation. For example, Shinsei Investment and Finance, and Shinhan Bank Japan, SBJ for short. They accept non-resident representatives, as long as the Japanese corporation is in operation, and has a Japanese resident director. Even if a new company is established in Japan, it is not possible to open a bank account, without fulfilling the requirements. For those who wish to establish a company in Japan in the future, we can introduce you to English-speaking judicial scriveners, who offer a package of company establishment and account opening. The fee is 400,000 yen. Well, the property was purchased smoothly. Now let's think about the maintenance and management, as a property owner. For condominiums, you will pay the building management fee and the reserve funds for repairs, to the account of the Owners Association, managed by the building management company, every month. The fees are automatically deducted from the domestic account, but non-residents cannot open an account, so you will need to remit 6 months or a year's worth to the management association. Although it's uncommon to pay at once, or you need to outsource to a Japanese management company. Plaza Homes has a property management division for condo owners, and we can act as your payment agent as well. We charge accordingly to the type of management. Rent management will be needed for investment properties. Once a tenant moves in, we will collect the rent, and remit it to the overseas owner's account. We will prepare a monthly income, expense report, and send it to the owner. Of course, we will also take care of any problems with equipments in the unit. Okay, now we are moving on to rent out. If the property you purchased for investment is vacant, we will first determine the rent and other conditions, take pictures including 360 degrees VR, place an ad, show the property, receive the application, screen the application, and sign a contract. Advertisements are placed on the Plaza Homes website, as well as on portal sites such as Real Estate Japan, Sumo, Homes, and At Home, and are registered in a common system for real estate agents. In the case of a private contract, the tenant will be screened by the rent guarantee company, and the tenant will sign a rent guarantee consignment contract at tenant's expense. The contract documents will be sent and received by international courier service. Lastly, let me explain the taxes on real estate. There are 2 taxes that everybody who acquires real estate must pay after purchase. First, real estate acquisition tax. This is a one-time payment, and you will receive a payment slip from the Metropolitan Tax Office roughly within 3 to 6 months after purchase. Second, property tax and city planning tax are to be paid every year, and you will be notified of the amount to pay around May every year. The third one is applicable for owners whose letting on lease. Withholding tax is imposed for the rent income. Let me explain a little more about withholding tax. If the owner is non-resident and the lessee is a corporation, withholding tax is imposed. The lessee pays 20.42% of the monthly rent to the tax office on behalf of the owner, and 79.58% to the owner. The owner receives a refund of any overpayment, by filing an annual tax return. Owner who has rent income, needs to pay income tax yearly in the fixed filing period of 1 month, and get refund of overpaid withheld tax. We introduce a tax accountant, who can help to file tax return on your behalf. Tax accountant's fee for tax return once a year is 100,000 yen. The last thing I'd like to talk about is tax agent. This is for all non-resident owners. Non-residents must designate a tax agent to handle the tax payments. You need to notify your tax agent to tax office. Then your tax agent can receive the payment slip. Taxpayers who file a tax return should better designate a tax account as their tax agent. Please consult with your sales agent about tax agent once you bought a property. From now, I'd like to introduce about Plaza Homes. We are specialized in all aspects of buying, selling and renting a property for both Japanese and foreign clients. Over 50 years we have built up a strong reputation as one of the most trusted property experts in Tokyo, as well as providing comprehensive property management services, and expatriate support business throughout the country. We are putting a lot of effort into introducing property information, and many interesting articles relating to real estate on our website. When you search for Real Estate Tokyo on Google, it is ranked first, and we receive many inquiries from customers around the world. On your property search, you can start by clicking your favorite area, type of property, budget and so on. For property information of condominium, it is linked rental market in the same building. Here you can see guidance for buying, costs and taxes. Loan information may be checked as well. We are all bilingual agents and have deep knowledge of how your local market works. We're honest, transparent and are enthusiastic about maximizing our customers' satisfaction. Online viewings, valuation, negotiation on conditions, cost simulations, legal supports and more, are available to offer. In order to achieve smoother transactions for overseas clients, we work with an escrow company to be able to receive fund from overseas' account into a secured trust bank account in Japan. We also work closely with many bilingual experts such as judicial scriveners, lawyers and tax accountant and so on.
That's all for how to buy Japanese properties from overseas. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you very much.
We offer a wide variety of properties for rent and sale. and provide property information in English. If you are interested in renting, leasing, buying, or selling real estate in Japan or in Tokyo, please check our website. We also run a website called Japan Living Guide, which provides living information. Thank you so much for watching. If you found today's video useful, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Please hit the little bell button as well to get notifications of our upcoming videos. If you have any questions or thoughts, we would love to hear them in the comments too. See you next time!